Leo, thanks for joining me. This is your horoscope for October 2016. It's really nice to be with you. On the 1st of October, we have the new moon in Libra. That happens in your third house. I've made a separate video on the new moon in Libra. Check that out. It's a really positive new moon. It's about really planting seeds of intention when it comes to your relationships and looking at what you want to achieve in your relationships, in your life. In your case, it's in the third house. It's about communication. It's about people who share interests with you. It's how you connect with people and the type of people you have in your life. So take 5 minutes during this new moon and say, what do I want to achieve here? Do I want to be part of a group with like-minded people? What's going to bring me some joy? What's going to help me connect and really broaden my social circle? And you'll be surprised by the end of October how many new people you've met and how much you've grown and expanded in that area, but it is important to plant those seeds during the new moon. So take 5 minutes to do that. On the 2nd, the moon's still in Libra. It's at the very bottom of your chart now, but it starts to oppose Uranus in Aries in your 9th. So there's going to be a question here. You're really going to be very interested in things around this time, Leo, and you're interested in learning things and discovering new things, but you're also interested in traveling and discovering things in a practical sense. So you're really all about what's out there, what's next, what can I get? So there's no right or wrong here on the 2nd. Just go with how you feel. As long as it's bringing new things in, you'll be very happy. On the 3rd and the 4th, the moon moves into Scorpio and it joins your midheaven, your Venus, and your black moon Lilith, all of which are in Scorpio in your 4th house. And this is a good day to really connect with people on a truthful, genuine, powerful way. And I think this is a great time to connect with family and in such a way that you actually come away from it feeling, oh my God, I'm really glad I've got these people in my life. They get me, they understand me. I've brought them certain issues in my life and they've understood in a way no one else could. Like for instance, it doesn't just have to be, oh, poor you, we understand you. It can also be if you have a problem in your life and you speak to a family member about it, because they've known you for 30 years, they say, well, but you always tend to blow these kind of situations out of proportion. Do you think you may be doing that again now? It's the experience and the longevity of that relationship which gives them unique insights into who you are. And around the 3rd and 4th, if there's something that's probably troubling you, speak to a family member. They will have the answer that you need. On the 5th of October, the moon moves into Sagittarius. It goes into your 5th house and it joins Saturn, which is in your 5th. So you're really going to be interested in your romantic relationships, what's going on there, where you're heading, what the future looks like, and I think you're going to make decisions around what you want that side of your life to look like. So if you're single, you may decide that you're happy being single. If you're in a relationship, you may decide that yes, this is a wonderful relationship, but you want to add certain shared interests into it. It's about, this is where I'm at, I recognize that, and this is where I'd like to be. On the 6th of October, a long-term conjunction begins, which is really significant because it lasts until the 28th of October. Mars and Pluto begin to conjunct each other in Capricorn in your 6th house. Now, Mars is the planet of desire and drive, and in Capricorn, it really means you want to work at making your day-to-day life look better, and you want to almost streamline your life. So instead of having a 2-hour commute, you may want a job that's 15 minutes away and then to really effectively do the work that you've got on. Pluto is about transformation. Again, it's in Capricorn, so there's something that you want to transform about your working life, whether you want it to have more meaning or whether you want it to be more streamlined. Either way, whatever the desire is, you're going to be very clear that something should change in your working life and you're going to feel very driven to make that happen. On the 7th, the moon is now in Sagittarius still on the other side of Saturn in your 5th house, and it trines Uranus in Aries. So there's a connection with travel and love now. So you have made all of these plans in terms of your love life, what it should look like. If you really want to manifest that within a day or two, then if you're away on the 7th, there is the potential for a romantic meeting of the mind, so to speak, on the 7th. On the 8th, we've got the moon in Capricorn joining Pluto and Mars there in your 6th house. So this is the day when you really can feel very comfortable saying, these are the changes I want to make in my working life, and these are the changes I'm going to make. And I'm not so bothered about what other people think. This is my decision, this is what I'm doing. On the 9th, we've got the first quarter moon, so the moon is halfway in its journey to becoming a full moon, and there's a great sense of anticipation and things bubbling up. It's in Capricorn still, in your 6th house, but it also squares the sun because it's the first quarter. It's 90 degrees away from your sun, and the sun is in Libra in the 3rd. So you really have the gift of the gab on this day, and the decisions that you're making around your work, you will be able to articulate those very, very well. And if you do have to pitch your ideas, or you have to get someone to understand what you're planning, the 9th is the day to get someone on board. On the 10th, 11th, and 12th, the moon is in Aquarius in your 7th house. And this is lovely because, Leo, you're going to really have the desire to be of service to other people and to be very selfless and to do things for others. At the same time, you have a T-square in the chart which really motivates you and asks you, what kind of relationship have you had in the past? What worked and what didn't work? What kind of relationship do you want to have in the future? And on your road of spiritual discovery and spiritual development, what type of romantic relationship do you want in your life? So there's a lot of questioning and there's a lot of contemplation going on here. On the 13th and the 14th, the moon is in Pisces and it joins your Neptune, your South Node, your Chiron in Pisces in your 8th house. So this is a very intuitive time for you. You really take a trip down memory lane. I really think you feel quite nostalgic. You look at what was, you get the photo albums out, you look through them, and you really, there's some sort of hidden secret that you want to discover in your past. And remember, everything that we've been going through here in this month is about relationships and how to make them better and what's the future. So on your journey of future discovery, you're researching and you're going into the past today. See what comes up. See what lessons that you've learned in the past that may be relevant in the here and now today, and what you want to repeat and what you don't want to repeat. On the 15th, the moon is in Aries. That's at the top of your chart in the 9th, and it joins Uranus. Again, it's another fabulous day to travel. So is the 16th of October. This is the full moon. It's the hunter's moon, and it's a full moon in Aries. It happens at the very top of your chart in the 9th, and you will feel this Aries energy translated into go, 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 travel, find something new, discover something, discover a place of your own. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find it really fun to do a bit of research and to go somewhere no one else I know has ever been to, and then to come back and say, oh, I've been there, it's been really wonderful. Oh, you've never been? Oh, how fun. To just kind of have a place of your own that you can then brag about a little bit. In good fun though. I mean, it's nothing, there's nothing untoward here. I think you'll get a really great sense of pleasure from discovering something for yourself. On the 17th, the moon is in Taurus and creates a grand trine in Earth in your chart. It connects your 2nd, your 6th, and your 10th house. So this is work. This is how do I work, in what way do I work, and how do I make my money? And there's a wonderful sense of understanding and ability to tweak those things so that they work for you and they're more pleasing to you, and that you can move closer towards your goal of being more successful and earning more money. If you're retired, it's an understanding of what your process is, how it's going to improve, and where you're going to get to. On the 18th, the moon is still in Taurus here. It starts to oppose your Venus in Sag and your midheaven in Scorpio at the bottom of your chart. So really, work is going to feel much more comfortable than your relationships. There's a lot going on in relationships at the moment, and it's almost like I'm going to retreat into my work. I can feel it, I can touch it, I can work on it. It's much simpler. So if you're weighing things up, the 18th work is going to be far less complicated. On the 19th, the moon now moves into Gemini and it creates a grand cross in the chart. So this is a day where you feel a little bit overwhelmed. I think we saw the beginnings of that on the 18th. This is a day where things can totally frazzle you out. Keep it simple. Focus on what it is you're doing. Don't try and go with every new idea that comes in. It might throw you off course. On the 20th, the moon's still in Gemini. It forms a wonderful trine with Mercury and Libra now. You are absolutely gorgeous, darling, at communicating on the 20th. Your words will come out like jewels that are blessing the world with their sparkling gorgeousness. So really present, speak. You will come across very, very well. You're very articulate and you have the ability to enchant through your spoken word. Beautiful. On the 21st, Mars begins to square Uranus, and this is another one of those major aspect patterns because this square lasts until the 4th of November. Mars still sitting there in your 6th, this desire to create. Uranus in your 9th. So it's almost like the desire to bring something exotic into your day-to-day experience. So it's about being inspired by something fresh and new. Allow yourself at the end of the month to experience new things, especially when it comes to locations, places. Throughout the month, that's going to be something that is really satisfying. Oh my God, you know, I went somewhere new, I really enjoyed it. On the 22nd, Venus conjunct Saturn, and that is another conjunction which stays in place until the 4th of November. These two are sitting in your 5th house of romance and love. What is it that I love? What do I want to experience in love? How can I make that concrete? How can I bring it into my life? Those are going to be questions you can ask and should be asking because there's real potential to manifest the answers to your questions quite easily in your travels. So put that on your kind of mental to-do list and see what comes up for you. On the 22nd as well, it's the last quarter moon, so the moon is now winding down to becoming a new moon, so the energy will feel less, like less bubbly and intense, and things are winding down a little bit. Plus, the sun moves into Scorpio, so happy birthday, Scorpios. It's your turn now. On the 23rd, the moon begins to trine Saturn and Venus in Sagittarius. The moon is now in your sign of Leo in your 1st house. So, best day for love and romance altogether for you, Leo. You will feel totally at ease in your own skin. You will feel comfortable with what's going on, and you'll be able to have a lot of fun and just have a good time on the 23rd. So will you on the 24th, because there's a lot of fire in the chart on the 24th, and it just works for you. It's a day that feels very native to your own kind of emotional body. On the 25th and 26th, we've got the moon going into Virgo, and it conjuncts your North Node in Virgo in your 2nd house. So these are both days to really get clear on what you want to do to make more money, to become more prosperous, to bring abundance into your life, and to really get down to the nitty gritty. You know, I will work 10 hours instead of 9 and I will get £50 extra income. Yeah, that would be nice. That kind of thing where you're really seeing the actual way of making that happen, not just a wishful thinking kind of thing, but an actual practical thing. So see what's available to you. See how you can tweak things to create more abundance, and you'll be pleased with what you come up with. On the 27th, we've still got the moon in Virgo there, but it starts to trine your rising sign in Capricorn, so you identify as someone who works. I work, therefore I am, and I think you feel very intensely about work. Be careful that no one challenges what you're doing, or that you walk into a situation where your work is completely abhorred and disliked, because you will feel very strongly about it and you will defend it. So let's say you're the pawn king of Sweden and you go to see your girlfriend's mother and she said, "You're the pawn king of Sweden? I don't like that." You're going to be like, "Well, actually, I make people's lives better. I really believe in the pawn that I'm creating," you know, that kind of thing. So it doesn't matter whether the work has merit or not. You're going to feel very strongly. You're going to stand behind whatever it is you do. And woe to anyone who challenges you, because you've got that Scorpio sting at the ready to strike on this day. Focus on the work and don't try and sell yourself. You don't need to. Why do you need to? On the 28th and 29th, we've got the moon in Libra now, and it hovers around Jupiter in Libra. So this is a throwback to the beginning of the month where we had that beautiful new moon in Libra. A real sense of communication, easy communication, a sense of fun, a sense of excitement, understanding other people, where they're coming from, and also a real sense of optimism for the future. On the 30th, we've got the second new moon of the month, and this is very rare. So in a month, if you get 2 full moons, you call the second one a blue moon, and the phrase once in a blue moon comes from that because it indicates something that's very rare. If you have 2 new moons in a month, the second was a black moon, and that is supposedly said to be a moon that has a lot of occult power and a lot of strength behind it. So not only is it a black moon, this super strong moon, but it's also a new moon in Scorpio. So it's about, what do I want to control? What do I want to feel? What do I want to discover in my life? Set those seeds of intention for the next month period. And it's also very fitting, you know, with Halloween the next day. We're looking at the darker things, at the hidden things, at the taboo kind of stuff of life. And then on the 31st, the moon moves forward and it joins Black Moon Lilith, which is all about the hidden places. So this Halloween is going to be very spiritual, very connected with that Halloween dark, you know, this world, the next world energy. It feels very inward. It feels very profound and personal. So I hope you have a great month. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll speak to you next month.